Hi, this is the first lecture of the section about Bluetooth, and in this lecture I'm going to do an introduction to Bluetooth Classic. In the next lecture I'm going to give you an example of a simple application that involves Bluetooth Classic and this LCD screen with the I2C backpack. And after that, there's going to be a few lectures on BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy, which I find very, very interesting because of the types of applications that you can create based on that technology. So first of all, actually, before we get into the hardware and the demonstration, I should explain what is the difference between BLE, so Bluetooth Low Energy, and Bluetooth Classic. So to do that, let's have a quick look at the Bluetooth article on Wikipedia. So Bluetooth goes back a while. At the moment, we are at least at version 4 of the Bluetooth protocol. So if you've purchased a Bluetooth gadget in the last 3 or 4 years, then most likely it will be running Bluetooth 4. Let's have a quick look at Bluetooth 4 and the section here, and we learn that Bluetooth 4 includes 2 versions. One of them, actually 3 versions I should say, the classic Bluetooth that we're going to talk about and give a demo right now, and then there's Bluetooth High Speed and Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE. Bluetooth High Speed is based on Wi-Fi, and the ESP32 is not equipped to use it, but the ESP32 is equipped to use both Bluetooth Classic and Bluetooth Low Energy. With Bluetooth Classic, what you can do is you can create applications that require a wireless serial connection between 2 devices that is sustainable. So think of, for example, when you want to connect your wireless headset, for example, with your phone, so they can have audio conversations without having to hold the phone onto your ear. This is a Bluetooth Classic application. But on the other hand, think of something like this. This is a heart rate monitor. It doesn't require constant connection with a client, like a device that will read the information that the monitor is sending it and display the heart rate at any given moment, but it only needs to send a short burst of data, say every second or every 10 seconds from this device here, which is the Bluetooth Low Energy server, to a device that will read the data. Later on, I'm going to show you an application where we use the ESP32 as a client to this device here and display that value. And not only that, but this little device here only has a very small battery, and we want it to last for a long time. So we want this device to consume very little energy, hence Bluetooth Low Energy. So this would use BLE, this would use classic Bluetooth. Another thing that you can consider is this keyboard. So I've got a keyboard here. This needs to be constantly connected to my computer since I'm constantly typing, and this is an example of an application of Bluetooth Classic, always on connection. So I hope this explains the difference, and you can of course go ahead and read all this information to get all the details, but what I want to do now is to jump right into a very simple example in which I'm going to connect my ESP32 to my computer wirelessly using classic Bluetooth. And this example is one that comes with the Arduino and ESP32 core. And let's go into files, examples, then let's see Bluetooth serial right here and bring this one up. So we want the serial to serial Bluetooth. So what we've got in this sketch is first that we include the Bluetooth serial library, and then Inside the setup function in line 16, we begin the wired USB serial interface, as we always do when we want to use the serial monitor. And in line 17, we call the begin function in the serial BT class, Bluetooth class, and pass a name. This is the name that will appear in my Bluetooth list when I search for the device that I want to connect to. So you can see we've got begin for the USB serial interface, the wired USB serial interface, and we've got the begin class as well for the classic Bluetooth radio interface. Inside the loop, we use the write command for the serial BT interface and the write command for the USB serial wired interface to send some data back and forth. So we use serial BT.write to send some data from the device, the Bluetooth device, in this case the ESP32, back to the computer that is connected to via serial radio interface. So it's as simple as that. What I'll do is I will upload the sketch. Then, after the upload is complete, I'm going to connect my computer to the ESP32 via serial Bluetooth this time, not serial USB, like that. And then we'll just send some text characters back and forth. All right, so that is done. Then I'm going to bring up the serial monitor. Remember, this is wired. All right, reboot it. So the device has started. You can now pair it with Bluetooth. Let's go into my Bluetooth widget up here and open up the Bluetooth preferences. So somewhere here, I'll see the ESP32 appearing, advertising itself with the name ESP32 test. Let's see. My computer is still trying to discover this new interface. Okay, I may need to toggle Bluetooth on and off. So I'll turn off Bluetooth on my computer and turn it back on. So you can see the Bluetooth Classic is not very fast. So on the contrary, BLE is lightning fast, as you'll see later. You're not going to have to wait at all in between connections. Alright, so after toggling the Bluetooth interface on my computer off and back on again, you can see that the ESP32 test Bluetooth device appeared. So I'm going to connect to it. And now it is connected. So I'm going to leave the serial interface, the USB wired interface appear here, because I'm going to use it. And I'm going to bring up another serial monitor. I'm going to use an application called Serial Tools for this. Serial Tools is pretty good because it allows me to create multiple sessions, multiple serial sessions, and each of these sessions can be connected to a different serial port, whether that is radio or wired, it doesn't matter as long as it's a serial port. So here I've got a single session up. I'm going to choose the ESP32 test serial port and then click on the connect button to connect to it. All right, now I'm going to send some data to my ESP32 via the USB serial port. I'll just say hello from the USB and then send. All right, and you can see that the text, the string that I typed into my serial USB serial monitor was transmitted via USB to my ESP32, and then the ESP32 sent it back to me via Bluetooth, since this is where this session is connected to. It's connected to the Bluetooth serial port, and it bounced it back to me. I can also try to type some text into the Bluetooth session, which will be transmitted wirelessly to the ESP32. The ESP32 will pick it and send it back to my computer via the USB cable. So let's try again. Hello from the ESP32. And that came back instantly, as you can see here. And there is a little example then of how you can use the ESP32's Bluetooth Classic capability to communicate with your computer wirelessly. So what I'm going to do in the next lecture is I'm going to connect this LCD screen with a I2C interface on it on my breadboard, so that any text that comes to the ESP32 via Bluetooth is displayed on the screen. And then I'm going to unconnect the USB cable. I'm going to power the ESP32 by battery instead of the USB cable, and therefore have the computer and the ESP32 totally disconnected, and the only means of communication will be the Bluetooth Classic radio. Let's try that out next.